by 7 on the inside. It's the man that's already wrapped up the championship. That's number 89, Scott Parker, although the car will be started by Dan Sylvester. Of the race, here they come then. And they accelerate away as the lights have gone out, I think, and they're off and running for 94.5 minutes of racing in this TDI Club Enduro Championship. The lead is taken at the start by the car from the outside of the front row, Rob Baker in the Volkswagen Golf. It looks like the Mazda had slotted into second place of Alan Henderson, we think probably starting that car. But already the Capture Motorsport Cupra of Mark Price is into third position and trying to take places away from both of the first two cars. He's passed the Mazda now, he's up to second and he's going after Rob Baker.
And one Lotus is off on the approach.
Is it the blue one?
Blue Elises.
It's Will Stacey then, He was started 10th, one of the championship contenders. Has no doubt dropped back as a result of that.
It was popped up actually on the approach by the looks of things, to Beckett's.
Okay, so maybe they haven't even made it to the start, but they certainly can't see his car there as we peer through the mist and the gloom of the spray bucket. Not all of these cars with lights on the front of them either, which would help conditions immeasurably here.
And there are 3 in the top 20 odd with transponder issues, by the looks of things, including the Mazda.
Yeah, okay, so this could be interesting as the race goes on. Hopefully Terry, the timekeeper, Terry Stephen, running his last day of racing with the 750 race club, he can get that all sorted out. A few cars struggling to find some grip there, certainly the goal of Scott Parkin, Dan Sylvester, I should say, in that car, making up a little bit of ground. But it's Baker leading, Bryce in second, Henderson in third as they make their way past us now. We're on board with Scott Parkin here, Marcus.
Yeah, the 89 car, very, very careful feeding in the power, feeding in the steering to minimise your input in these sort of conditions. Change there. You want to upset the balance of the car, so smoothly does it. The tyres on up to optimum temperature yet. Straight, you can see the torque of the can't take it.
Yeah, you'd think that the Golf might be able to get a bit of a rubber, maybe a plateau car looks a bit hard to tell who's ahead, but at the moment
I'm sure this sequential looks like it's actually moving side to side, but it's a stout old gear stick in that.
So he's heading his way.
And there's the other Parkin brother. He's caught
Ryan.
He's caught Ryan.
Yeah.
This is where it gets really interesting. They're different classes, aren't they?
Yeah, it's got Class B, Ryan and Class A.
Yeah.
Ryan sharing with Dylan Britton, actually.
Dylan Britton started, yeah.
So he's got his brother on track at the moment, but he's not doing something on the first lap. Then it's Rob Baker leading by 7 tenths per second from Mark Rice in second. 1500ths behind him. That's the man who I think is Alan Henderson. Third place. Fourth is Harvey Caton, fifth is Joel Oswald, sixth Andrew Rapp, seventh Darren Ball, eighth Dylan Britton, ninth Scott Parkin, there's me Dan Sylvester, who's driving that car, not Scott Parkin, it says Scott Parkin on it, actually just went confused us, and 10th and 95 car Luke Clemens.
There's no Parkins.
There's no Parkins, they're parked up at the moment, and it's Britton versus Sylvester at the moment. Close together, as are these two Coopers as well, just ahead of these. This is Darren Ball and Andrew Rapp. Rapp is ahead in the 92 car with the red and blue on the front. About to come under pressure as well. Got Dylan Brichter by the looks of it in car number 6, which is the car that started 6th.
Very good exit here from Brichter.
Looking at the inside, in fact they're going to go 3 wide, aren't they?
They've got the Seat, they've left past the red and blue livery one, Andrew Rath, the Lotus 5 wheel.
So it's Darren Ball, Club Racer, Racer, Porsche Racer, recent seasons now. So this Cupra, which is ahead of Victor in the Audi. Then you've got Andrew Rath, 7th. Cupra, is he about to be 8th, because alongside him going from the farm is Dan Sylvester. Sylvester has gone through there, around the outside of the front corner and up into 2nd position. So Raff actually not enjoying these conditions too much. The car qualified third has dropped back to 8th.
Well, Stacey is there down in 12th. One of the blue, there were 2 or 3 blue Lotuses in the field.
So, towards the end of the third lap of this race. There you can see briefly the Joel Oswick car, number 2. He's going solo here today. He's in 5th position. Here's the battle for 6th, including Victor in the Audi. Down Gore just ahead of him. These 4 cars right together. Sylvester is leading Class B, of course. There's the overall race leader, not too far away from Mark Price, isn't Rob Baker at the moment. And still the Pastor very pluckily there in 3rd position as well.
Sporting that works delivery that ran in the States, not on this car, but on other Mazdas, record in the States. Hanging in there in 4th is Harper Kate, that 2. All behind them.
About a second and a half between second and third, between the gap back to John Roswell, about 6 seconds. As things stand. Towards Stoke-on the leaders there. It looks like the Bryce getting a bit closer to Rob Baker as they turned into the right-hander at Stowe that time. So the line's being taken by the Mazda in third, I think going away from Mark Caton in 4th position as they turn away Vale towards Club Corner.
Certainly sense that it's easier to chase than be chased as the conditions lap on lap. Just changing subtly. Didn't want to stay inside those rumble curves. One of those really upset you, and that Mazda lurking in 3rd place, lost in the spray. It's always starting to follow this moment.
Towards Village they come then for the 4th time in this race. So good for Rob Baker in the race. Mark Price in the 2nd mark, so they'll drive the race with 7th to graduating over time to this Cooper in Club Enduro. Mr. still there in 3rd, which stays on brings that made the position to 11th. It's like 11 or 12 seconds off the pace of the leading rate. So assuming we're going to be in a position to challenge the championship. A reminder that these 2 separated by almost 4, almost 6 minutes into this weekend. Now on that there's 2 good points between Baker and Rice. So Baker will want it to stay this way. Ahead of Mark Rice in 2nd position. Harvey Caton in 3rd, John Oswick in 4th in that BMW Gibraltar Works car. And there's the Audi with Dylan Whitton in 6th position.
That's not like Darren Paul in the white Cooper behind.
Best lap of the race for the Mazda MX-5 in 3rd position for 2:35.7, a few tenths faster than the 2 leaders on that lap as we watch Will Stacey go through. He's now in 10th position. He's cleared the number 95 car on that lap, which Levitt's starting the Jacksonville Golf. And that Class B car, of course, it's currently 3rd in Class B, sorry, 2nd in Class B, behind Dan Sylvester, who shares with Scott Ryan. So Will Stacey, who's been successful during the course of this season so far. 3 races so far this year. So I'm sure they've been able to consistently get the results that they need. Turns his way in that Boston run car through the right-hander. Stowe corner. Not really making much headway, much progress away from Schlevitt there, which is what he wanted to do. Oh, it's got on Saturday.
Yeah, it did look like it. It's sort of sliding around front on the some of the puddles. Oh, and it's gone a real tweak there. It's flipped him over towards the curb, and that's going to allow the Schlevitz Golf to potentially pounce into Abbey, having a look, but thinking better of it. It's early in the race, there's no need to make a manoeuvre at this point, but to wait for a safe opportunity, a safer opportunity.
Still about 15 minutes away from the pit lane opening, of course. It was 30 minutes, and it was close as 15 minutes before the end. Some of these drivers, like Stacey driving to China, but they'll have to make this 3 more points to get to that plus. A little bit more if you have penalties. True from previous success. So down the Wellington Straight comes number 89. That's Dan Silvester in the Golf leading Class B. Got Rack behind him, and then the Lotus, which is understeered off the circuit completely at Brooklands, going off onto the tarmac runoff there. Unfortunately for him, a particularly heavy penalty for running wide there. He keeps the place, or does he? But around the outside of him goes Luke Schlevitz in the Golf, and Schlevitz has gone through to take the place. He's got back into the top 10.
It's the lead battle. It's the Golf from the Cupra.
The MX-5's done another new best lap of the race at 2:34.22, 6 tenths faster than the top two.
Into traffic now. Lapping Pipiras, Tatas, the Lithuanian driver.
It's a three-way fight for the lead we have here, really. As we are 17 minutes or so into this race. Baker and Grice, the two drivers contending for the championship along with Paul Stacey to go back. Now Henderson in that Mazda MX-5. So, only just behind us, and faster lap time. We've got more traffic, we've got Edward Christie. We've also got lead number 10, Ginetta, that they'll need to lap very soon. That's the Rob Fennick, Ginetta D40 GT5. Claiming shares with Andrew Shepherd. Driver still in contention for the Class C Championship, but I think if David Lodge continues to strong in Class C, he will win that particular championship. Class A is really up for grabs here. Just think of the penalties that these two have. Paul Baker's got a 20-second pit stop penalty to serve, and Mark Grice has no penalty to go with pit stops. So
could be telling.
It could be. It really is Rob Baker's supposed to pull away from Grice here, doesn't he? He's not able to do that yet.
Trying to. When they were lapping the Ginetta, enormous rate of Venturi back there. Very much a self-developed car to the team.
Yeah, it's fascinating to see someone doing something different in this. It's tempting, isn't it, to get one of the TCR cars, the Cupra cars that's running constant, or something prove like a Golf. But no, this interpretation of the regulations is an intriguing one. It's not pretty well at the moment.
The TCR is a really good option that you can find parts for them. Touching the greenery was Grice through Beckett's that time, and Baker is taking his advantage to extend his lead. It was a second at the end of the last lap. More cars to lap. It's going to get pretty intense over the coming laps. Here comes Bob Baker.
Yeah. There's a lot of traffic to do with here. MX-5s. So now 3 MX-5 that they're passing now, but 100 car that Sergio Lansing car. Just for the Sheffield perspective.
Great dive for the Mazda, sort of less exotic cousin.
Down the straight down towards the Abbey curve.
So we're going to catch the next car at a probably fairly inopportune moment.
That's the Alex Baldwin Sam McKee car that's just being lapped. Alex Baldwin at the wheel at the moment. The 328 56 BMW.
Mazda, Mazda thing.
Well, yes, although he wasn't racing that car in the Mazda 7 race. He messaged me from the grandstand, so I'm watching myself in this race. It's in Ryan Card in the car this weekend, but the timekeepers hadn't kept up with the swapping and changing of the drivers between in that shared car. So Ryan Card, it's classic stock match race with today. There's the 141 car, which was the late addition to the programme, which is Warren Tattersall and Dave Ward. Warren Tattersall going first in that car.
Yeah, local transport haulier. So the Audi behind is something a little bit different.
Yeah, that's Brad Kaler's TCR car. TCR car looks great, doesn't it? Running in 12th position for these two. Tattersall's going to come on this lap by the looks of it.
Yeah.
Brad Kaler. Audi. Loop, back to his entry and the right and straight once again. The straight now, disputing 12th and 13th positions. So Class B still the domain of Dan Sylvester. Class C, so we pick up David Lawrence at some point before number 56 on the Civic Type 1. He's comfortably leading in Class C. One of the other F80s then press coming through with number 20. There's the 89 car Dan Sylvester. He's putting on 481 Edward Christie as well. And that's the Fennec and Shepherd Jetta that's about to occupy by Dan Sylvester too. Darkside.
Momentum car, won't it? The Chignetta.
There's our Class C leader in the Civic FM2, David Lawrence, and he's scheduled on the entry list to go with Ilya Krylov today, which part of the season on the timesheets that we have to qualify today. Lawrence that we're scheduled certainly Mr. Lawrence going solo today. Taking his way Luffield towards the end of like comfortably leading the class, which is what that car needs to do to wrap up the Class C Championship this year. There's a lap completed by the Civic, and overall it's 25th overall. So just looking to see the cars that it's chasing down. I think that's the 240 car. That's the Sacra BMW, turquoise BMW is called, obviously it's good as well, turquoise BMW of just Sacra. The 101 car there is the Stunning Camel Motorsport car of Nick Grove, the Londoner, BMW 130i. That's within Class B. There's 3 classes here, split on a power to weight basis. The cars in Class A to 300 brake horsepower per tonne. The split for Class B is at 240 and Class C at 180 brake horsepower per tonne. There's also the equivalent for this is just Sapra now, who was out in the Burkitt relay yesterday, showing that car today. Ryan Branson and Kevin Clark, so they've actually shown it 3 ways, so it's going to stymie their chances of an overall position. They'll have to make an extra pit stop.
They had a miserable day, didn't they, yesterday? All kinds of drivers. Kevin Clark went out really, really early. Sapra was up very early in his session.
So news from the pit lane is that Will Stacey's front splitter has been broken. Not spotted that on the straight. That's a little level of only
Had to load the curve of Beckett's map.
Yeah, so they're hoping to get that car in early to fix that. I'm pretty sure it is messaging that news from the pit lane. We just saw there the Mazda MX-5 being lapped. That's the bench Dalton Stewart Much car, in addition to the Bridgestone programme. 71. Also, that's been very short, the multiple NASCAR X5 Bicycle Racing Champion. Sharing this car with the freaky parts man. Separate, flying the flag India on this car. As he makes his way through Waterford Corner to complete the lap. So India might come out up in the cricket against India today as well, though it looks like the score at the moment.
There's a sort of widening, what we call it, a dry line,
Yes.
but an improving line. And there, is that a change? At
Lees, yeah.
not much room being given there coming into Luffield.
No,
Spoon and Jake corner, but Rob Baker wrested the lead back.
he did. It looked like he was going to lose out to Mark Rice there for the overall lead of the race. But Baker has arm wrestled him out of the way. So Baker's still leading in car number 1 from second number 27 miles. Oh, and problems for number 6. That's Dylan Richter. He's parked up now. The Audi TT is out of the race. It doesn't look like Ryan Parkin is going to get a go here. Dylan Richter holds up on the side of the road on lap 9 of the race. Let's stay with the leaders though, because they are picking up the pace now here, aren't they? And as they fly through Beckett's corner on that lap, actually beat the best lap of the race, 2:33.33, compared to 2:34.27 for Rob Baker. And they've got a race on in the front of the field here.
And 2 cars from the PAG group, the Volkswagen and the Seat Straight Cupra. Straight line, as you said. Tucked in behind Rob Baker.
So leaders down towards Vale they go then, 2 leaders on this track that is there is still spray being kicked up, but not as much as there was in the very early stages of this race 20 minutes or so ago. It's about maybe 6 car lengths between Baker and Beach Thicklefoot. That's where the Richter car stopped, down there in the pit lane, and that's the view from on board the Darkside this car. The situation not developing particularly favourably for Richter there. Out of the race in the wrong pit lane for any work to be done on this. The international pit lane at the wing, the national pit lane at this end is starting very straight.
It's not a parking car, sister car, it's going to be in the hands of Denzel Leicester. It is a tricky situation for 2 cars from I think his exit from Aintree onto the Wellington Straight, and that allowed Mark Rice to read it just a little bit better. He had more time to work out where he was going to go. He's in fact on the rear bumper of Motorsport boss Baker.
Yeah, the cars they passed, one of them was David Lawrence, the Class C, who was the hobbyist of the Type R from Miles per Tom Gowan. I'm not sure who started that car to get that information. So, good run down on the order. 1, Rob Baker leads 27, Mark Rice second, 90 Alan Wilson third, 2 Harvey Caton is fourth, number 2 John Oswick is fifth, number 6th is 25 Darren Bolt, 7th is Dan Sylvester in the Golf, 8th is 92 Andrew Raff, 9th is Luke Schlevitz in number 95 in Golf, turning out the top 48 Will Stacey. 3rd of the Class B is Chris Plaskett.
Right on over the Beckett's flick-flack by the looks of things.
Yeah, and that was the race leader, and he's actually come out of that with a bigger lead than he had when he went in, I think.
Yeah, he maximised that one, and I think also Mark Rice, in a sense, probably backed off, not knowing where Baker was going to come back onto the circuit.
It's the little 74 Lotus Campbell Cassidy and Matt Jones's car. Now, the Storm and Cameron Motorsport car is just ahead of the race leader now, Rob Baker. Yeah, Rob Baker at the start of the lap, led by just about 6/10 of a second.
It's back down to next to nothing.
It is. So it's pretty academic there.
It ebbs and flows when they catch traffic a lot of the time. It's good for one of them tends to inconvenience the other, and then it all kind of unravels next time through.
Right.
Ooh, that's a wide exit there for Mark Bryce.
Right, pit lane window should be open around about now, I would have thought, because we are 30 minutes into the race. Some teams can start to take their pit stops any moment now.
Of course, it's here where that differential between success ballast and the gold is carried. And the car in second place, which doesn't, if I remember correctly, have a penalty.
That's right. Yes, it's really important here for Rob Baker to try and make a break, and he's got a few car lengths now, but he needed really. 22nd is the penalty for the surge in the first pit stop. So he might, if he can start to make a bit of a break, try and stay out there over time to spur that up. But he's got Bradley Burns to get in the car in the second half of the race. Bradley's an equally good driver.
He's got it a little bit out of shape there, having to fight it. The bank just broke away a little for Rob Baker at the smooth corner of Luffield. They come.
Yeah, it's complete lap 11 of the race.
It's got out to over second. Bizarrely, because it was close again during the middle stage of that lap.
Right, there's Will Stacey, number 48. He's been to lap Cam Walton in the number 50 Toyota Yaris. That's a Class B car for the drive from Penfluence racing in Australia as well.
He's got Tattersall, I think that was behind him, wasn't it? Yeah, there we go, that's Warren
right.
Tattersall.
Also in there is the 66 car of Paul Sibiani and Johnny Hayes. And we're also getting past the 50 car, so I think it must be for position as well, further back. Yes, it is for 31st position. Passed by the Class C car there. The Yaris that hasn't had much running in this year or so. He's preparing in the pits.
Pick.
So side by side in between those two. Here we've got a good little battle going on here between David Lawrence and the car from the class above him. The 112 car, the 112 car for Mark Purcell and Tom Gannon.
Different eras of Honda Civic.
Behind, she's very particular.
Seen the Honda NSX then?
No, we're not, so that's been on servers in the past as well. 67 there was Julia McBride, and here's BMW M3. So this is a battle for position between the three, 23rd, 24th, 25th. They're battling over. That's a nice one to see. Joel Oswick's relatively quiet race in 5th position. He's got 15 seconds ahead, about 15 seconds behind him as well. So relatively quiet race for Joel, who was last year's champion for Class C in the ECU Club Enduro Championship. There's that battle coming towards us. So Junior McBride's got himself between Manoj Patel, Tom Gannon and David Lawrence now. A bit faster in the straight line, but he's going to be better on the brakes down into Village. No, and I think there, twisted bits, David Lawrence is going to come back at the BMW now. Mighty car, a bit more agile, possibly be lacking for horses up the Wellington straight that follows. Julian Wright, Stephen Marshall, both of them. He's pulled out of the slipstream to the left hand side of the circuit. We've got Joel Oswick who behind him to lap him as well. Is McBride going to clear both of those cars? Yes, he is. We'll go to 23rd position. I think that John Oswick slots himself past the two battling Hondas as well. It looks like Lawrence takes advantage of that to get him past the Patel Gannon car too.
On sale changes. Up front, it's back inside a second between Rob Baker, 1-7, Bryce.
Bryce has just done another fastest lap of the race at 2:32.90, and the gap between Bryce in second and MX5 in third of Alan Henderson is nearly 10 seconds now. As we watch the Dan Sylvester, number 89, Darkside Developments Golf, their sole remaining Darkside car in this race, making it its way through. And this is going to be going, it's actually just lost out to Andrew Rath, who, and into the pits now comes Dan Silvester. So into the pits comes Dan Silvester. First of the people making him mandatory stop in this race, I think, so we'll stay on board with him for the moment. Mindful of the pit lane speed limit of 60 kilometres per hour. You can see if that's readout is right on the dash, is doing about 57, 58 kph now. Not wanting to incur the wrath of the officials with a speed gun. So there's the Darkside car. You see it parks in at 45-degree angle. That's part of the regulations. Cars can't just drive straight in, and they have to be then pushed back by the team before they can get back out into the race. But that's not going to happen for a little while because it's a 3.5 minute stop that has to be made here. So there's no need for the team to rush, and they do look relatively relaxed about how they're going about their business here. Brad Kaler's Audi, you can see is heading into the pit lane as well. The fuel jug is marked Diesel, of course, because it's a diesel Golf here for the Class B League, the specialism of Darkside developments. Diesel tuning.
Here's the lead tussle. The duel continues into lap 14. And the gap between them got back down to under 0.6 of a second by Price. And you can see for yourself, actually, I reckon there's more spray now than there was a few laps ago.
Yeah, there is, and they're coming here to lap number 78, which is Matthew Stockford, who's in 19th place, the former Paralympic skier. Continuing his racing career. Scott Parkin now gets his way into the Golf. Reasonably leisurely entrance to the car. Team's making sure he's all strapped in and ready to go. And the Darkside car will be back out in a couple of minutes, one would think. But 3.5 minutes stationary, possibly 30 seconds in and out of the pit lane. So it's about a 4-minute stop. So you're going to lose about a lap and a half here, aren't you, in these pit stops?
Something like that, as we're on to, what, 2 minutes 32, the best laps of the first two cars. And the Mazda in third place, 2:33 is its best.
Dan Silvester's out of the car, as you can see in the background, instantly recognisable. Nobody else in the paddock would sport that haircut. I can't talk.
We don't have enough of it. That's the problem.
Exactly.
Ian. If only we could.
Yeah, quite. Lap 14 of the race that we are running now. Interesting to see. An early stop here for the Darkside development car. So Scott Parkin is going to have about an hour's driving in this race. He's going to have about 2/3, which is 1/3 for Dan Silvester, who's got another race to come anyway in an hour or so for the hot hatches.
He'll be trying to do a double, won't he? Because he won the early one.
Yeah, that's right, and hopefully getting more racing laps in it as well. So the team carefully timing the stop. You see James Winstanley from the 750 Motor Club down there as well. He'll be keeping an eye on the stopwatch as well. Into the pits comes Jazz Sapra in the 240 car, so he's going to hand over to either Kevin Clark or Brian Branson. And they're splitting the drive in 3 ways, so it makes sense that they're coming in after about half an hour to split the driving pretty equally. Meanwhile, Baker has come through again. It's complete lap 14 now. Gap's got out to 0.8 of a second on that lap. Meanwhile, Scott Parkin is being pushed into the pit lane and back out into the race. There he goes. Down the pit lane, past the green light, end of the speed limit, and back into the race he will go. And there's the Brad Kaler car also making its exit.
Look at this. Two BMW have done very sensibly, stayed in sort of the middle of the track.
And off goes the leader. The leader's off the circuit, onto the grass on the hanger straight. Rob Baker rejoins now. We went either side of the BMWs, but it's Will Beat, Mark Rice, I should say, that's benefited from that and taken the lead.
And it was the compact there, wasn't it? 66 and Dave Griffin, they were lapping. and the two BMWs just sat in the middle of the road, and were quite happy to let the TCR type cars go each side of them. And the next thing we saw from a different camera angle was that leader Rob Baker was autocrossing.
I wonder if that's going to prompt a pit stop very soon now, because there's some grass that has, you know, hopefully not got into anywhere it shouldn't do. But it did well to keep it on the island, really.
Yeah, it did.
That grass would be very treacherous at the moment. And he was losing the lead. So it was 0.8 of a second he led by at the start of the lap. He's got now a couple of back markers between himself and the new race leader, Mark Rice. Rice, of course, along with Bull Beach, looking to take enough points here to win the championship, taking away from Rob Baker and Bradley Burns. Class 50, I think, was in the car right in the beginning of the season as well. Rob Baker's just had the one win so far this year. That came at Snetterton with Bradley Burns. Let's head down to the pit lane now. Josh Barrett is going to be down there, isn't he?
So we're down here in the pit lane after the first lot of pit stops, and Dan Sylvester, new car for you, and a good first stint in tricky conditions.
Yeah, it was a good first stint. I managed to get in front of the class, get the class lead, and yeah, it was all over the shop a bit because we thought we were all going to get 2 green flag laps and we only got 1, so it was all a bit scattered at the start. But yeah, the car feels mega. It's the golf last weekend, so appreciate Scott letting me take it out, and yeah, hopefully he can bring home a win.
It's obviously been a very successful car for Scott, so your first time racing it. Okay, the conditions aren't ideal, but what do you think of it?
It's a brilliant car, yeah, I really like it. I've driven it on track before, on track days, and it's really good. For a diesel Golf, that's what you've got to remember what it is, it's a diesel Golf, so yeah, it's wicked.
You mentioned there that it's the last time for the car, so can you tell us about the plans for the team for next year?
Oh, well, I might be revealing secrets there, I don't know, but I'm grateful to Scott for letting me take it out anyway, because I'm currently in the top 10 in Autosport nationally, that's why he's let me drive it. If we get a couple of wins this weekend, I might be up near the top, so that's why I'm here. So thanks to Scott for letting me take his car out. It's been a pleasure.
And obviously, you're quite new to racing really, but this year you've driven so many different types of cars. Tell us about that.
Yeah, I've been in the MR2 and the Darkside TT and my Civic, and yeah, I just discovered a few years ago that I really like driving, and racing's the kind of ultimate way to you know, do that on a weekend. So yeah, I'm loving it. It's been good.
Obviously, you broadcast it all online as well, your weekends. That's quite a big effort to put in, but quite rewarding with those sorts of viewers.
Yeah, I enjoy making videos almost as much as I enjoy driving. So yeah, it's great. It's all good.
Well, best of luck for the rest of racing. Good luck later on as well. So there is Dan Sylvester out on the number 89 Class B Volkswagen Golf TDI.
Right, Josh, you need to head down the pit lane towards the garage where Team 1 and Motorsport are. Rob Baker's brought his car into the pit lane now to hand over to Brad Burns after he had that off earlier on that lap along the hanger straight as he was trying to negotiate back markers. Into the leader's gone Mark Rice, leading by 3.6 seconds at the end of that. That will increase, of course, to around about 11 seconds because the car that will move up to P2, the Alan Henderson Mark MX-5. Up to third place will go Harvey Caton in the Seat Cupra. Up to fourth will go number 2 Charles McKinley. To fifth will go number 25 Darren Ball in the Cupra. And the Seat Leon Andrew Rath will be in sixth place once all of this washes out. There is Scott Parker. And there is Chris Plaskett, number 91. That car has stopped, it's in the pit lane, isn't it? And right at the end of the pit lane, by the looks of it, the area Motorsport end of the pit lane. And that's the car that was in 14th place before the stops, and I think third in class B.
That's Plaster Hampton, sorry. Business. Sorry, Hampshire borders. Here comes the 22 Browse family BMW with that slot in the roof. Dramatic.
Yeah, Luke Browse at the wheel of that car at the moment. Charlie Dark at the wheel of the 235 car. There's the 19 Lotus going through as well. That's the Class B car, Peter Mansfield driving around to Michael Sanford.
Saying last time I saw Crown paint on the side of the race car, we put on Warren Booth's Chevron Formula 2 car, the Vora Championship.
That's quite a few years ago.
Yes, back in the 70s.
So that's the Stockford Audi 78 going through. And also out there is the number 42 Lotus we can see, that's Michael Anastasi. Lotus at 111i, drive from Edinburgh.
Longest stop always in there's Baker Burns car now. Brad Burns.
Yeah, that was should have been at least a 3-minute 20-second pit stop, of course. Because of the penalty that they had to serve. So that car getting back out into the race. This plastic car is already back out into the race. That's B contender, also an area Motorsport paired car. There's the erstwhile leader though, Brad Burns now with the one car. And yeah, it would have lost around about a lap and a half, I think, to make that stop. Which for Potty is probably somewhere around the 17th, 18th, to see exactly where it feeds in.
Yeah, it's still dropping at the moment because the other two finished their 16th lap one. Halfway around it.
Way down towards the Vale now. It's a bit left 5 minutes of racing here. For 100. Oh, the plastic car's now got off. It was out of the pit lane and it's now hit the barriers by the looks of it there, Marcus.
Front barrier at the front end and where it is.
Sure, the teams will be keeping an eye on that situation.
Well, it's the Royal Janessa 14th, which is
Just a reminder, the pit stops cannot be taken at the safety car conditions. If you are in, you're in, but you cannot make it one of the safety car rules come out there. There will be teams, I'm sure, looking at the stream and looking at opportunities like that that might present themselves. Effectively make a free stop with the safety car, then that's good strategy.
and also if you've got extra time to serve as a result of previous results.
That's right. It's more of a bonus, isn't it? To take it.
Brucey Burnett.
Absolutely. So, class positions, Class B being led still by Rich Levitt now, of course, after Dan Sylvester came in, and then second in Class B now is actually the MX-5 of Ben Short. Class C being led by David Lawrence, is up to 19th overall now as other cars have made their pit stops ahead. Matthew Baldry is second within that class, he is around about a minute behind David Lawrence already. They do have similar two Civics at disposal. Brad Kaler car, that's one that's made its stop, so a bit further back down the order, 29th it is, having made its pit stop. The Bradley Burns car had led its 16th lap and it's done so in 14th position. 14th place effectively very nearly 2 laps behind the leader though. Mark Rice is yet to make a stop. Brad Kaler come through, Mazda just ahead of him on the road. That is the Treble 3 car, may well be, of Michael Hooper. The cars make their way down. So yes, just ahead of that is the Yaris of Cam Walton. So R2's in the pass as well. There's the Gannon and Manoj Patel road going Honda Civic. There is the race leader, Mark Rice, pretty much halfway through this race now, 50 minutes left to go of the 100-minute race. There's a gap first to second, 11 seconds. Interesting, they're lapping in the 2:35s the first two. About 3 seconds or so off what they are capable of, and maybe that is just the traffic.
I think it has become kind of greasy.
It's in that sort of very tricky phase now, isn't it? So where it's either full wet or full dry, it's just greasy and it's very difficult to
Read,
read.
there's a 95 car, that's the Schlevitz Sport Golf. It's running in 8th place.
As we are now halfway through the race, there's a couple of cars coming into the pit lane. The number 7 Mazda of Roger Sparrow, 23 Matthew Broughtry. On a quick rundown on the order, it is 27 that is leading to the Mark Rice for Luton South Cooper. Second to number 90, Devon Irving, second Mazda. Third number 82, Bo Williams, Harvey Casey in the Cupra. Fourth number 2, Joel Oswald in the 4. Fifth number 25, Darren Ball in the Cupra. Sixth number 141, Montastor, David Wood in the Euro Cup. Similar car for number 92 in 7th place, Phil number 91. Eighth number 95, leading has been Rich Levis in the Golf. Ninth number 40, James Collins, Brett Lidsley in the M3. 10th number 22, Paul Browse in the BMW 683 GTR. And then second in Class B, Ben Short, Stuart Much in 15th. Third in Class B, Nick Grove, Carlo Turner in the BMW. Next stops there. Class C being led by number 56, David Lawrence, from number 23, Matthew Porter and James Johnston. And the third of the cars within the class is the Thomas Stedman Mike Michael Bigfoot Mazda LX5. 48 and 3/4 minutes of the race left to go. Pit stops well underway. Looks like the number 23, James Johnson, Matthew Porter, Honda being refueled there. There's the Johnny Hayes and Paul Subiani, BMW 318. Looks like they're taking the wheel on that one. Different tread pattern on the one that they're taking off. So they're going to a drier tyre by the looks of it for the remaining phase of the race. They've had full wets on by the looks. Not exactly Formula 1 speeds.
Doesn't need to be. 3-minute stop was the thing.
No, does it need to be?
The uniform was on the start of the race. Not sure it's going back on now.
Down the fascinating watching team at work.
There's a team observer screaming 2 minutes 20 in the background.
No, not putting pressure on the team at all.
Not at all, no.
Come on,
Still
faster.
on the old guns.
So that was just going through shot there. The race leader Mark Rice, 10 seconds. Has that been down the ground?
Yeah, 8 seconds.
Yeah, so Alan Henderson and Mazda. It's actually got an empty track. Stowe at the moment. There's the Patel and Gannon Honda making its way through. So I don't know if we'll see anybody else. For one car, that's the addition to the programme. Car running in 6th now, Tassel and Ward car. There on screen now, for those of you watching on the live stream, number 95, Richard Levitz in the Sport Golf.
And you spotted there was a change in the BMW. Luke Browse has taken the 22, the bright green car. Just that might be a class car past the Collins and
Yes, that
and it's placing behind David Griffin's pretty close in there with the darts as well.
that second behind. Stage of the race. 95 then is the club car lapping Eugene Price and BMW. You just see Ads Baldwin heading down the pit lane as well, over to Sam McKee. There is the Brad Burns car number 1. That was 14. It is still 14, but in more places is about 24 seconds behind the Matthew Stockford Audi.
Charles looks BMW behind, which is running in 4th place.
Okay, so enough fuel going into the Hayes and Subiani car. Rather fear this is going to go over the minimum pit stop, which is going to be 3 minutes 20. This team, it's a penalty. They're going to be well over 3 minutes 20, I think. Still fuel going into the car. And Johnny Hayes well. Make sure it can get to the end. It's got 45 minutes to do to get to the end of the race, so the tanks.
20 laps, and the Mazda is a couple of seconds closer to the 27 car, so it's right still ahead. 90, the then-swerving Mazda, it was 2 seconds behind. So on 20 laps, the 82 car of Marty Caton.
It's the Alex Baldwin and Sam McKee car. Sam McKee due to get into it shortly. 36. Meeting within Class C this weekend. Now there's the battle we talked about a moment ago.
Yeah, Aussie David Griffin pushing on. The Motorsport BMW in that Diet Coke Aussie Touring Cars livery. Dear, 30 going down the track.
That's Neil Wiggins in the XE, from Hemel Hempstead. He's had a moment.
He is back out of the ground track.
Just Griffin continuing to put pressure on Charlie John. At the moment, this for the final position inside the top 10 as things stand. These drivers yet to make their pit stops though.
Different eras of BMW 3. Pace car. Much smaller. Through the air. Of David Griffin, who while trying to go off rides over the curve on the outside of the club, takes advantage and tacks up the inside into Abbey Corner, taking that place away.
Much wider cars than the 235. That is the wider cars of governments with a much wider, longer, more difficult parking spaces.
You would have thought with greater air resistance, it would not be as fuel efficient, but it's still stronger because there's more metal work around the top of things.
That's right.
The road version, less than 4 gauges.
Exactly. So, Campaign's car looking splendid, but losing out today because we're in the M3 ahead. A little bad doing more. Not for position necessarily, because Harvey Caton, the number 82 car, is the car that's in third place at the moment, Cooper. There's the
crowd behind.
There's the storming colour of the car. Carlo Turner's going to get into that one, I think, for the pro start of the car.
And again, a few tenths nibbled back by the driver of the Mazda 82, that's Caton in third place.
Yeah, that's into the pit lane now. Watching the 101 series be fueled. To get that back out into the second half of the race. Now, I don't know if that's right or not, but we've got a new fastest lap of the race, a 2:30 for the 240 car, which is the car started by Jazz Sapper. It's now either Kevin Garg or Brian Ransom at the wheel. And if that's right, 2:30.57, that's 7.5 faster than anybody else has managed during the course of this race. The car is down in 18th position. We didn't have a particularly strong start to the race. So nevertheless, on our time experience at the moment, that is now best lap of the race. 2:30.57 for either Kevin Clark or Brian Branson. Clark,
Darth Vader, isn't it?
It is. Slightly sinister. Appearance, the silver colour into the reflective goggles. There's no individual's identity. Here's Charlie Dart in the Campaign's car.
Tattersalls moved up to 5th place in his Seat. Tattersall 41. And 19 into the pits now.
Peter Mansfield, Lotus and Hondo to Sanford. Into the pits as well comes the Mazda from second place. So the Mazda into the pits from second place. Alan Henderson with an hour of the race gone, 40 minutes of the race left to go. Hopefully we'll get a view on that in the pit lane in a moment. See if we're going to get a driver change in that car. I think it was Alan Henderson that started. Perhaps Josh will be down there as well to let us know what's going on. Just reminded me I shouldn't have first if he sent me any more messages. The problem with the Dylan Brichter Ryan Parkin TT, by the way, was a blown injector. That's now being fixed. So hopefully that car will get back out again.
All on track, peaceful here at Silverstone.
Yeah, absolutely right. Luke Brown's coming into the pit lane now, I can see, in the number 22 car. There's a slightly busy pit lane now. There's some 8 cars there inside the top 10. There's the number 1 car through. That's now back up into 8th position, Bradley Burns in the Golf. So these are the cars who've made their stops ahead of it again, rather than making up much track position. He's lapping faster than a few of the cars in here, but that's because a few of them got the pits. But talking of the pits, let's head down to Josh Barrett and see who's best touch at this time.
So you can see the AK Automotive Mazda MX-5 made its way down to the pit lane, and Alan Henderson out of the car, but the bonnet has been put up, so potential drama for this car that's had such a good opening stint on a car that's had lots of development over the year, trying to get it to be quick, which it certainly is today, but also reliable, which has been the issue up to now. And Alan Henderson himself getting involved with whatever the repair that is necessary here. The piping has been loosened by the looks of things. Daniel Irving is being strapped into the car, so they're hoping to get the car back out. No, a replenishment of fluid possibly here. Hopefully you've got a good view of that. Both Ian and Marcus might be able to describe better than what my particular vantage point is, but rushing to try and get this done within the 3-minute period. That is the minimum pit stop time, but it looks like that could be difficult. As all cars make their way down the pit lane, it's pretty crowded down here because they're all making their way down into the pits, all in a sort of a small section. So a lot of the teams having to discuss with their fellow garage team to make sure that they don't pit at the same time where it should be too crowded. So the engine has been refired on the Mazda. Meanwhile, the number 19 Lotus is making its way out. Peter Mansfield started that one. It should be Mike Stanford taking it out. So that's another one that's headed back out onto the circuit.
Thanks, Josh. And Christy, we can see in the pit lane there is the Alan Stockford 78 Audi. Past the brown paint Charlie Dark 235 car. And that I don't think is for position. I think.
Had the Stockford going in, was it? No, it's the other one. 235 going in. That's the Dark. So Charlie Dark starting.
It was for police actually, although they've now got it. Dan Irving now about to head out in the Mazda by the looks of it. Into the pit lane and back out into the race with 36 minutes left to go.
Maybe Josh can find out what's actually happening. Pumping some oil at the top of the engine. The second bit of pumping, but I couldn't see where the first nozzle was going. Maybe just for the first time.
235 over Charlie Dark into the pit lane. Now there is Will Stacey now. He was in for an early stop, wasn't he? Where is he? Well, now he's 18th at the moment, so not really in contention.
Baker and Burns are up to 6th in the number 1 car. And
there's grass in the front of the air intake there, and the radiator on that car. So I think Will Stacey's been off somewhere, and rather than necessitating on the pit stop to just try and clear it out. So that's from the end of the race.
Yeah, sort of on the split, wasn't it? It seemed to be impeding the radiator.
Into the pits, we can see number 5 has come from 5th place past B leader Mitch Levitz to hand over to his teammate Kevin Glover. And there's Stacey. Well, I 3 times during the course of the season. All the winners this year have been Rob Baker, Mark Rice and Will Beach have been one, Luke Sargent and Josh Files, who were in the invitation class, had a win as well. That was at Spa-Francorchamps. Annual foreign jaunt for Club Enduro. Cars heading down towards the Vale once again. That's the 56 Class C leader, David Lawrence. He's running 21st at the moment. I don't think he's made a stop as yet, which he will need to. He's leading Class C. I think he must have made a stop. He's less than a lap ahead of the Johnson car as we're watching a Lotus go slowly. It's now picking up a little bit of speed, isn't it? So as it comes out towards the corner. It's the 47 car that what makes it Skibio as we head down to Josh Brown.
So we're down here with Alan Henderson out of the absolutely awesome Mazda MX-5. Alan, a really good stint. We'll come to that in a minute. In the pit stop, you had to go to work in the engine. Was there any issues there?
Just a little bit heavy on oil breathing. We thought we may have fixed it, but clearly not, because it's still filling the catch can a bit more than we'd like, and when the oil level gets down, we start getting dips in oil pressure on the brakes, so we need to make sure we put some back in the engine, otherwise end of engine.
Tell us a bit about this car. They've been lots trying to get the car out so many times this year. Snedden went well, and then I think a suspension issue, but today things seem to be going a little bit better.
Yeah, it's going better. I mean, the car was so unique end of last year. We were supposed to go testing, but didn't. So we've been testing through this year, finding all the little issues, and when it's going well. But we've still got some little issues to iron out there. I chose the wrong tyres there as well, to be fair. Started on wets, which is probably the tyre at the start, but as it's dried, it's too greasy. The tyres aren't really working that well. But I can't be bothered changing them, so we've got what we've got.
I guess this is like the furthest the car's gone in race conditions anyway, so that's the main thing, I guess, today, trying to get the car to get to the end.
Yeah, I mean, after Donington failed on the test day at Donington, we thought that would be it for the year. We managed to get all the bits together to fix it, and we thought we'll let the Silverstone see if we can get a full race length under a belt and then try and build on that next year.
Because the car has been developed, it's a Mark 1 Mazda, I understand, so it's a massive development to get it to where it is now, in terms of what the team has done to the car, if you can.
Yeah, well, engine-wise is still MX-5, not massive power, it's about 300 horsepower. Suspension-wise, it's 50mm wider, it's got big wheels so we can get big brakes, because brakes are normally an issue over a long time on an MX-5. BMW DCT gearbox, because gearboxes are a bit of an issue on MX-5, so went with that. So it's a bit like a PlayStation, just pulling gears. It's good.
And the livery on it really makes it, doesn't it? I think it's an old IMSA livery.
It is, yeah. We weren't sure what to do with the livery, and I just saw I like blue cars, and I like white cars, and I saw that livery and I thought, perfect, we'll go for that. It stands out.
And obviously you race Mazda MX-5s in one-way racing. Is this a very different car to drive with all the developments?
It couldn't be further. I mean, to be fair, it still has some traits of a Mark 1 MX-5. It's just everything's happening a lot faster. But then obviously with the air or the high speed stuff's completely different.
And obviously in a race situation you found out a little bit there against the front wheel drive cars. You seem, it was only that first part, I know you said you were on tracks different tyres, but in the first part you seem to be keeping up quite well.
Yeah, it wasn't too bad, to be fair. I was a bit ginger on the brakes because we haven't got ABS, so I was conscious not to be locking up, and I was filling my brake bias, trying to get that balance nice. And then once we started getting the traffic, I lost a little bit there, and then I was kind of holding station a bit, and then the tyres started to feel like they were dropping away, but I was catching, I think it's Will that's in the car in the TCR, I was starting to catch gradually again towards the end there. We'll see what Dan does.
I know, like you said, you're planning now for full season next year.
Yeah, I mean, it was supposed to be a full season this year, but obviously that hasn't went well, so yeah, if we can get the full race under a belt, we'll get on top of this engine breathing issue, and hopefully we'll just keep going.
Thanks for having a chat. Everyone likes the car here on the commentary team, so it's great to have it here. So there's Alan Henderson out of number 90 Mazda MX-5, which we know now a little bit more about, and about their issues in the pit stop.
Thanks very much, Josh. In the meantime, we've got Mark Rice still leading the way in the number 27 Cupra, and that's the car in second place now. Number 2, Joel Oswick, who is a minute 43 behind the lead, so thick end of a lap behind. There's Will Stacey, who's in 14th place, just a couple of laps down on the race leader. There's the Mazda, which took it to Alan Henderson, who drove the car for the first 2/3 of the race.
It's lapping quicker than a couple of cars, ahead of them by about 5 seconds a lap at this point.
Yeah, so we'll see how Dan Irving goes. He's running in 7th place at the moment, having made that pit stop. Brad Kaler with the 87 Audi just behind for the moment.
Yeah, that's done 15th place. It's a lap adrift.
Indeed. Fastest car out there is still the number 240, E36 M3. The leader from the car called Brian Punston before. I don't know if Josh can find out who is trying to win. It's Jan Sapp, the first part of the race. With Kevin O'Brien, it is going great guns that car and lapping, well, a second faster than Brad Burns is, for example. About 3 seconds faster than Brad Burns is at the moment in the Golf. So the next fastest one out there right now. There's Joel Oswick. Just a couple of Lotuses into. There is the car that's fastest at the moment, the 240 car. It is running in 9th position now. Was about 5 seconds behind the car. It's about to overtake, I think, at the start of the lap. So that is 4th position. It's for 8th position now, ahead of the Birmingham Harvey Caton Cooper. That has been in, hasn't it?
Yeah, they've got their tyre choice right. It looks things. It's just it's on rail.
It does, doesn't it? So that's why it's going so quickly. So that's the car that's forging its way into contention. That's the Yaris that's getting some fuel on board.
That's the Stockford into pits from 5th place in car 78. So in 3rd is the Tattersall. We've got Warren Tattersall.
There's that BMW just up this car heading down towards us with Eddie Clark or Branson in the wheel. Its way through the left-hander. And the right-hander Luffield corner. And accelerating now towards the right-hander with the sun beaming down on Silverstone now. The rain has gone. Hasn't have to do that there again now, but still the track dry than we had before lunch. So not as quick that time actually for the BMW. Now there is the car that is still leading, it's still out there, Mark Wright, 27.
Still sporting the evidence of damage from yesterday's 6-hour race from the front corner of town. What's happened to the BMW? That's going in Rath 92, 235, 229. So it's the middle currently. Brad Burns doing 231s. We'll change the order in the next 5-6 laps, I would think. Still with 26.5 minutes to go. That's Joel Oswick. 2 BMW, that's running in 2nd place.
I'm just putting a lap on Will Stacey and the Lotus there already, not quite as they go through Aintree. So it's a bit more agile.
They were together here last time, weren't they? So the other Lotus for company.
Yeah.
I was looking at strange to go past Lotus and try to run a break. And Lotus weighs about half much, I think, the city. It's got a backing from that's the backing from Mr. Stanley. Stanley Company.
Riding in the number 67 car now. Oswick heading in, yeah. There is only about 10 minutes or so the pit lane of everything, so about 4 laps. So we haven't got too much time to play with there. He's probably timed out of his mandatory stop. So that's going to promote briefly, I think, the sort of broad car.
Dave Griffin in.
From 6th place.
In number 6. 6 laps down.
So looking at it, once the stops have played out, the question is going to be, is that Burns car going to be behind the beach car? Tattel, two cars between the classification.
Way off track. Say out at the back of the picture.
Phil Nibb that now is in the number 92 car in 10th place.
Coming onto the Wellington straight.
Just taking over the Stone Market Pass BMW.
So, interesting that the Mazda, the number 90 Mazda, is going to profit from a couple of cars that making their stops. Including this one.
Some more Diet Coke being added to the 134 car. David, the holy grail for the future of the internal combustion engine.
Very good for getting ahead.
Yes. So there's the 90 car. That's the car of Dan Irving now. So he's been sick at the moment. So after the pit stops, he is.
That's about fourth.
Yeah, but he's lost out to the Burns car. The stops, I think.
Yes, that's up to third again now.
Yeah. It was the longest stop that it would have been for the Mazda was Alan's, which is one of the reasons for it. Issues with the oil needing to be repatriated from the gas tank. That's the number 90 car back to Sanford. Michael Sanford should say. There's the two car Oswald in the pit lane, the German Auto Works car. Bicycle Pass. Prices as well at Donington, over from the States. The 240 car looks like it's been an aggressive gain, so the quickest car out there has done a lot of driving change.
Yes,
on his
we
third
had
try.
to do 3 car team.
Yeah, exactly. It's taking their turn. Which that's limited their chances somewhat.
It's the second run, which is the second stop, a shorter stop as such.
Doesn't need to be 3 minutes, so
Just
just
in
do
and
it
out,
as quickly as they can. 2 or 3 minutes required.
The 90 Mazda is now back up into fourth place. So we have John Oswick out. His pit stop, so it may well be that Burns taking the foot. That's the lead car. Now that's
They still want Bryce in there. It's still Bryce. We've not had a pit stop for that car yet. We were told it was Mark by starting, I think, earlier. Anthony alluded to it, not to the Liverpool Beach. Mark Bryce is what we were told.
we go to Oswick.
So he's going back on it into the race. Joel Oswick, what's his season been like in terms of results? Just trying to have a look at our sheet here. How strong is it going to be?
That's beach cars will stop fairly soon now, isn't it? Because not for anything else, they've done 29 laps. They're a lap and a half clear of anything else, but they're going to lose much of that time. That buffer.
Absolutely. John Oswick got 3 third places before today. Those came at Alton, Spa, and Donington. Two circuits to end the Benjamin was Teaston. It's the 141 pole, which I think is still on Tattersall. I don't think it has stopped yet.
I think it did come into 6 laps.
Okay, so it's probably just not filtered through an time screen until this position is yet.
Oswick behind.
And then Alan James has taken over the 78 Audi. And there is the Brad Burns car, number 1. So that's now up to second on the screens as well. Alan some behind Ruby.
When Matthew Stopford and Alan James switch, do they flick the controls back to other than hand controls?
I don't know. I don't know the answer. So we need to keep an eye on this car. We also need to keep an eye on the leading car of Mark Price to Wood Beach, because that needs to be the next couple of laps to make its mandatory stop. It's these two really the doubt of contention for the Class A Championship. I think Will Stacey's done 10th overall and 7th in Class A. Into pits has come the leader, by the way. Just come in now. Will Stacey's probably ruled himself out of the championship back as far as Class A is concerned. But there is the leader into the pit, the number 27 Capture Motorsport Seat Cupra. And it is right at the end of the pit lane. I always thought he was going to drive all the way through the pit lane there, but the very last garage 12E, is where we find Will Beach and Mark Rice. Yeah, we can see Will Beach standing in the doorway to the pits there, so he's going to get in the car to take over from Mark for the last only about 17 minutes of the race.
90 Mazda is back into third place.
It is, but I think pretty much almost a lap behind the Golf with Bradley Burns ahead of it now.
Yeah, I'm just seeing where he is 40 seconds clear of Joel Oswald.
Just looking at the situation in Class C, David Lawrence is about a minute or so ahead of James Johnson now, who's taken over the car from Matthew Portree, number 23. So completely leading Class C. And should be good, therefore, for the Class C title. So that's the James and Stockford car. So just screens now, we've got the 141 car and the number 1 car as well, of Bradley Burns. And he's just behind, isn't he, the 2 car of Joel Oswald. So Oswald is basically a lap adrift, or he's about to be a lap adrift of number 1.
Right up the curve to the outside. Oswald's got the front in a straight line. Will the Golf be able to go on the outside? It won't. It dives across to the inside into Abbey and takes the place. That is just a notable place. Because he's lapped Oswald, who's in 4th place.
What we need to see is where when Mark Rice or Will Beach is going to go back out into this race. So Burns has got Wellington Straight, Brooklands, Luffield, Woodcut, and start finish straight to go.
A lot of space on the outside of entry, is there? So switch back to the inside. That's Ward in the 141. Starting on Tattersaw.
Which can see if the 27 car is ready to go from the by the way, the 240 car has done 2:28.24, so another new fastest lap for that car. It's into 8th position now. I believe the Brian Budsman will come and car at the wheel. Here's the number 1 car coming through Woodcote Corner. Where is the 27 car? Should still be in the pit lane, we believe. But is it about to head out? We can't tell, because we're looking now at the number 100 car that is well down the order. There is the Mazda, and there's the 27 car going back out into the race. But which is ahead? Is it the Bradley Burns car, number 1, or is it the number 27 car that is ahead? That's what we're waiting to see. That's the car that's going to be in 3rd place.
That's a Stowe.
That's a Stowe. And there is the Rice car, the Will Beach car. He's behind Bradley Burns now, I think. I think Bradley Burns has gone through to take the lead in the race. Now that's quite something if he has, given the extra penalty that they had to serve at the pit stop. There's the 82 car, Ben Williams now going out into the race. So there's Oswick. There is the 27 car in the background. We're trying to pick up on our cameras though the number 1 Golf. Let's see if that's already arriving at Vale though, which I think it probably is doing. Yes, it is. There's the confirmation. So our new race leader then, Bradley Burns in the number 1 car, and that's going to help them to win the championship race this way.
Yeah, by a few hundred metres, isn't it? And here comes Bradley Burns. Lotus is to negotiate on the way out to Abbey. That's inside the first one, give him plenty of room, I'm glad to say. That's wheel change and the pit stop.
Yeah, if it's stays this way, I think the season will end after on scores with Baker and Burns on 64 points and Beach and Bryce on 60 points. But it's been a good drive by Bradley Burns, because before Bryce made his miss, he's just been banging in consistent laps, just taking probably 2 or 3 seconds a lap out of Bryce there.
He's a very good young driver, that's for sure. Saw him in historic racing a few years ago. He's from Farnham in Surrey.
So yeah, got a lot of work to do here for Will Beach. If he's going to rest the championship away, he needs to get ahead of Brad Burns, but I think he's probably going to need some kind of mistake. We've only got less than 15 minutes to go, so probably 7 laps or 6 laps.
Telling thing, it's 3 minutes and 12 seconds that Baker and Burns are behind over the timing line, and we know that the car has come out behind him, so he's lost some ground.
Yeah, and there he is about to come into. There we go, through the corner, we put in the timing line any moment, now 19 seconds behind.
That's all Ward is now 4th ahead of Oswick.
Yeah, that's right.
So 141 ahead of the 2 Joel Oswick in the BMW. Phil Nib is in 6th place in his Seat number 92. 8 in the 86.
Right, so we're into the last 15 minutes, so we can give you a rundown on the order, which makes some kind of sense now. So number 1, Bradley Burns is leading the way for Area Motorsport. Number 27, Will Beach is 2nd for Capture Motorsport. 3rd is number 90, that's Dan Irving in the Mazda MX-5. 4th is 141, which is Dave Ward now in the Seven Euro Cup. 5th number 2, John Oswick. 6th number 22, Phil Nib now in the Euro Cup. 7th number 82, Ben Williams. 8th is the 240 Club E for Kevin Barker, Brian Branson, BMW. 9th and leading Class B is number 95, that's Kevin Glover now. 10th is number 48, Will Stacey. 2nd in Class B is Dan Sylvester, who's had Scott Parker now. Doesn't look like Dan Sylvester's going to get another win for his Autosport today, unfortunately, today.
The Casco Dora.
Indeed, that's right. 3rd in Class B is Ben Short and Stuart Birch in the Mazda MX-5. Stuart Birch now real best for that
position. 92.
Yes,
it
is.
is.
It is. So Oswick's dropped out of the top 5 there. Class C, just to explain there, 56 David Lawrence leading the way from 23 Matthew Butcher and James Johnson, and 36 Sam McKee and Max Baldwin. So Sam McKee having a strong final stint to the race. So it looks like it's going to be a Class A championship for Rob Baker and Bradley Burns, and a Class C championship for David Lawrence. And there's the Class B leading car.
Which is Kevin Glover in number 5, he's 9th. And nearest to them, Parker and Sylvester, 23 seconds down with 11 minutes to go. Now, it's got Parkin last time around at 2:39, Glover at 2:38. So Parkin and the probably at the same time. So let's see 20 odd seconds being catchable.
That's the fastest car on circuit at the moment. It's BMW M3 Pistachio car, and making its way along the Wellington Straight into the final 11 minutes or so of this race. This is an invitation class car, so it's not scoring points in the championship.
Got out by 7 seconds between first and second.
That's 2:29 for Brad Burns. He's been doing those kind of lap times fairly consistently. And a 2:36 for Will Beach, which will have been his first flight lap, I think, won't it?
Now, the Tattersall and Ward Seat 141 is lapping 3.5 seconds quicker than the 90 Mazda in 3rd.
But it's half a minute or so behind, I think.
So I think that's going to be a good chase. I don't think it's going to reverse the current rate.
Down to the brackets sequence goes the BMW.
Leading on that.
Really pushing forward.
Yeah, super.
And obviously, because of the conditions, not going to be lap records here. But lap records were set 4 years ago when we last raced on this layout, back in October 2019. 2:19.79 was the lap record for Owen Fitzgerald. So about 9 seconds off that in the case of the fastest lap of this race so far. About 12 seconds off in the Class B. So conditions have been tricky. They've improved all the improvements since we left all the time, but that's not necessarily really easy on a linear basis. Still a bit of spray baking, it's not maybe as much as there was earlier on. So here's Schnebbits. This is driving 9th place. He's putting a lap on Griffin there, who is
He's down in 15th lap, 34.
That's right.
Irving a slower lap at 2:41. That's 5 seconds to lead now. Ken Ward closed in the 1:41 car.
Back out on circuit there, you can see the number 6 car. That'll be Ryan Parkin now above the Audi TT. Dylan Pricht having started the car, but it had those issues that have been injected. Not surprised, yeah, injected, but it's only running its 9th lap of the race at the moment. It is a running lap.
Never give up.
34.
Now another 3 seconds clawed back by Ward in the 1:41. 9 seconds between 3rd and 4th place. But look, he's got the Nib and Rath car on his tail, and that's Phil Nib. Change the bottom end top 6, maybe into the top 3.
That's right.
So we go down to the wire here at Silverstone today. Final round of the championship. The lists is still locked together.
Quite a few notices then for the Club Enduro race today. There's the 47 car, that's the Lexus ECU car.
Ahead of them for position. And there's the Beach and Osborne cars.
Which are a lap apart, aren't they? There's the little Yaris, 150 Cam Hamilton. There, those two races that we're looking at a few minutes ago, the cars that Michael Sanford, number 19. I'm not sure that they need those wipers to be going quite at the pace they are. There doesn't appear to be a lot of spray being kicked up onto the windscreens. Maybe it's deceptive. As we get closer to a car behind it, it's more important. Oh, what a spin, and it's Michael Dark in the Crown Paints car. So it's on the exit of Aintree, the approach to Wellington Straight.
Dear. And someone else wide behind that, and of course the BMW was stopped on the...
Yeah, it's not a great place. And
No.
you often see cars run wide there. It is edging its way back onto the
That's okay.
circuit. Yeah.
That's fine again. Lost fire. But the two Seats together, and that was 92. Phil Nib ahead of Ward in 141. So that's been a change during this lap.
There's Julie McBride on his way through. And we've got the Lotus, then the Janetta for Andrew Shepherd. From
5 seconds, four more seconds nibbled away by the Phil Nib Andrew Rath car 92 on the Mazda.
Brad Burns has pulled out another 5 seconds over Wood Beach as well, and that actually that's up to 37 seconds now.
That's just very accomplished.
No, very good drive. I mean, we thought initially that the fact that Rob Baker hadn't built a big lead over Mark Price in the early stages might prove crucial, but it's not been that way. The 23 car, which is the James Johnson and Matthew Portugal. It's Matthew Portugal in the second half. It's James Johnson started that car also. Just to both.
There's the number 90, the third place Mazda. 240, so I wonder if Irving's looking at those auto education, I think the gentleman does it a bit. I've got 25 seconds, but that will soon be eroded. I've only got to watch 2 laps to go in reality, depending on where the leader is. And here he is. It'll be.
It's going to be
2 laps to go.
Yeah. Yes, they've got about 1 lap time left. By the time Bradley Burns goes on to the next lap. Motorsport Golf. Luffield. It's on the gas now as they head towards the corner.
The parking and the GT's back in the pits.
Darkside's developments coming a heavy day. Oh, and that's a spinner. That's the number 20 car by Tortas Peperas. That's on the exit of Cops, I think.
Yeah, I think it is.
Marshall's rushing to the scene. Green flag waving now at the exit of the corner.
Head busted the barrier.
Yeah, Marshall's checking the driver is okay. The driver from Lithuania. By very significant. There's the 240 car, still the fastest car out there. It's in the 228.40. Still not quite sure who's in that car at the moment. It is running in 7th place now. Does Brian Branson have an orange crash helmet, Josh?
To match his
I
car?
think he might do. So it won't be Brian Branson that's in that car at the moment. There's the race leader though, Brad Burns. He's done a tremendous job here, hasn't he? In the second part of Baker starting that car. Doing enough to wrap up the championship over Will Beach and Mark Bryce.
19 seconds between Phil Knibb and Dan Irving now.
6 seconds a lap being made up, but it's...
and Oswick's got back ahead of Ward.
He has, yes. With a long lap for Ward on the first lap at 2:58, which is at the moment.
That's good for someone else, yes.
So, next time the lead goes through the last lap, this is the Class B leader going through, Kevin Glover, who's in 9th position, ahead of Scott Parkin, second in that class, and third in that class is Stuart Much in the...
Rushing up towards finishing the loop. There's Brad Burns. Glover, 5, 9th place overall, leader of Class B. Started by Luke Levitz, entry.
So there's the leader, about to head on to put on a big spin for Alan James. No,
Kept it out of gravel, that was the important thing.
Yes, 78. And here's though our leader just heading to Brooklands for the final time now, turning his way through double right-hander at Luffield, and we've got the last lap board. Looking at, well, commentary box, well, yes, the last lap board is ready by the looks of it for Brad Burns. See it now. And the last lap is underway in this TDI Club Enduro season that's taken in 7 rounds across the country and indeed in Europe as well. The season started at Croft back in April while Stacey was the winner there, first of his 3 wins this season. A couple of those with Rob Boston later on, and Anglesey and Donington. Been wins as well this season for Mark Rice and Will Beach. Exciting Josh Fars and Rob Baker and Bradley Burns. Looks like Baker and Burns are going to get their second win of the season, and with it wrap up the Class A Championship.
Looks like it really sure-footed, that car looks. I put a foot wrong, Bradley Burns in his stint. That big moment for Rob Baker earlier on, lapping the 2 BMWs in line astern onto the hangar straight, and found himself edged out over onto the grass. 15 seconds, slight response from Irving in 3rd place, before pulled back by Phil Knibb. And that's 240 BMWs down to 6th place.
There's our prospective Class C champion we saw briefly on the screen there. That's with 6th David Lawrence. There's our prospective Class A champion Bradley Burns in down the Hamilton Straight towards Abbey in the autumn sunshine, but there is an autumn. Yeah, James Beckett reports from out on the spectator banks.
David Lawrence has made this one his own, hasn't he?
Yeah, been pretty untroubled. is going to have a big victory there within that class. Final half of the lap though for Bradley Burns, just needs to bring the car home safely. Through the loop he goes. And looking for a second win of the season for this area motorsport team in this Golf that they've been using of the season.
Made about half a minute in the dry speed car in 6 or 7 laps.
That's a very good performance. Beach probably realising that the chase was futile here. They will settle for, I think, second place within the class. Burns it is, coming out of Brooklands now through the right-hander at Luffield. There is 56, that's going to be our Class C winner, Class C champion. David Lotz, he's just heading onto the straight as well. But here is number 1 there, Bradley Burns in the area motorsport Volkswagen Golf. He's been showing with Rob Baker. It comes through to take the win in the final round of the Sigiwa Club Enduro Championship for 2023. With it the Class A Championship as well. Class, they've completed 37 laps in that race. There's going to be our Class B winner. That's going to be Luke Clevin Glover driving that car at the moment.
Running in 9th. No prospect of catching 8th. This is drama.
No, I think probably already through has gone David Lawrence. Well, you think that's just him flashing through now. There he is. Yes, he has won Class C both on the day and this season. Well, David Lawrence in the Honda Civic FN2. There's that Civic that's in the barriers at Cops Corner. And there's David Lawrence passing his stricken classmate, having wrapped up the championship there. So very well done to him. There's Brad Burns in the number 1 car, victorious. Great drive, particularly from Brad, but Rob Baker had a good first part of the race as well, in spite of those massive dramas on the Hanger straight.
8.8 seconds between the 3rd and 4th. Are they back now?
I think they must be, yes. But we've got Cam Walton heading up the right straight now. Final few cars coming through to complete their races. It's the World Club Enduro Championship. Well, Scott Parker had already wrapped up the overall championship after the last race at Donington Park. Class C was still to be decided. It's been decided in favour of David Lawrence, so congratulations to him. And congratulations also to Rob Baker and Brad Burns, who went up Class A. And here's our Class B driver, one of the final drivers to come through, actually, Kevin Glover. I think he's about to take the checkered flag in to complete his 36th lap in 8th place overall, I think. Yes, so getting ahead of Beau Williams and Harvey Caton at the end there. I think that's everyone home now, more or less. So we'll see in a moment if we're able to give you a rundown on the classification before we head down to Josh Barrett in the pit lane.
240 BMW ended at 5th.
He did.
Galloping up the lap charts in the last sector of the race.
That's absolutely right.